What are you talking about?
What?
What was that? What is the...
You know, like it's...
Hi, Andrew. We have just had a press junket for about, what, 4 hours now?
1.5 million hours covering the other thing that we love besides food, which is Broadway.
We are starving. We found ourselves in the theater district wanting to have lunch.
Andrew, the genius that he is, was like, wait a second, you know how we've been obsessed with ramen recently, with the Ivan ramen and the Apudo and the other place and the really authentic one by our apartment where they use a blowtorch?
Minka?
Yeah, Minka.
Well, whenever we talk about these downtown ramen shops, there's one ramen shop uptown that's always mentioned to being better than all of them.
Every foodie is like, oh, have you not been to
Totto
Ramen? It's so popular. They have 2 locations 1 block away from each other.
So we went to the first location. It was too busy. There was that handwritten sign that said we have another location a block away.
I went to the hostess and I was like, hey, did we put our name down or something? And she just is like, points. She's like, and points.
So fortunately, we went to the second location, which is newer, has better air conditioning, and wasn't crowded at all. Well, it was crowded.
It's actually, I mean, we got like the last 2 seats.
Yeah. So we'll see you after the meal at Totto Ramen, way uptown on 51st Street.
Bye guys, thank you. Have a great night.
I had worked up a man-sized appetite before visiting this far-flung ramen mecca. And let me tell you, I'm a little bit disappointed when I got to the top of the mountain and I met the guru. And he said, the answer was within you all along. And I was like, oh, fuck you, guru. The moment we stepped foot in there, I was underwhelmed. You know that thing that they shout in a ramen shop? They're like, when you arrive, it's like that was so lackluster.
Yeah.
It didn't get any better than that. I had spicy miso ramen. There were 2 chilies next to it on the menu. I had to add spice.
I had the miso ramen, and this is the classic traditional bowl of ramen with miso, no frills. At first, I was very...
Say that again, no frills.
I was no frills, really underwhelmed with it, and I thought this is nothing, because most of the ramen we've had lately has had all the bells and whistles. They've been crazy, they've been inventive, they've been avant-garde. But what I'm saying is that after a while, once I settled into the space of where I was, of a classic bowl of ramen, I sort of liked it. It was like going back to the missionary position after having all sorts of crazy sex acts.
That's not bad. The broth is very brothy.
The noodles are completely al dente. Of all the miso ramen I've had lately, uptown and downtown, this was the most authentic. I actually tasted the miso. You could taste the grittiness of, and I'm gonna come back here, maybe not.
You know where I'm coming back to?
Where?
Is the original location a block away. Because I feel as though we got the gentrified version because the authentic subterranean one is overflowing with Japanese tourists. I'm eager to taste that because I feel as though we settled for the easy option.
We settled for the parlor at per se, not the actual dining room. It wasn't bad, but there's a lot of ramen places in the city to explore, so I would have to say a yellow light for this.
Yeah.
2 yellow lights for Totto?
You know how I feel about Totto Ramen.
Wow.
We're still in Kansas, Toto.